What's up, y'all? So, today the topic is circumcision and why it's wrong. So, I was circumcised by my parents as soon as I was born. Um, and I left Christianity about a year ago. And I kind of started reflecting on everything that has happened as a result of my religious belief and also my family and my parents' religious belief and how that affected me. And when you're on the outside looking in, it is really strange to look into the religion and see people justifying cutting off parts of the body as a way to show obedience to an imaginary character that they can't prove exists. It's just so bizarre to me. And then you go on to acknowledge the fact that this isn't just any body part. It's the it's it's part of the one body part that allows humans to reproduce and continue our species. So it seems like if there's any organ that you're going to avoid touching at all, it should be the sexual organs. But somehow it's just so baked in to their psyche that it's just normal. And it's like weird not to circumcise. Like I'm reading an article from the governor of Texas talking about how they're not going to allow transgender surgery for minors because that's genital mutilation and they don't want to allow that. Meanwhile, circumcision is just common practice there, where you have a baby who's not even aware of what's going on, far less aware than than like a 16-year-old would be, and you're just cutting off part of one of their most vital organs. And this is just seen as normal? No, this is absolutely crazy. Like, why the penis? It doesn't make any sense. And there's there's not like some medicinal or health benefits to cutting off the foreskin of the penis. That doesn't make any sense. Just think about it. It's like saying that cutting off your eyelashes and like preventing them from growing back, that would be beneficial. No, like they're clearly there to protect your eyes, just like the foreskin is there to protect the head of the penis. Like, it's so obvious. And if you think that that's going to cause your child to become unclean, then maybe you should just teach your kid how to bathe themselves and how to clean themselves. It's really not that hard. Like if you're worried about your kid being dirty because they have foreskin, you have bigger problems. It takes 2 seconds to clean that. It's not hard at all. There's no reason why it would cause any health issues unless, maybe it was too tight and it needs to be adjusted later on in life. But you can do that when that happens later on in life. You can let your kid make that decision for themselves whenever they turn 18, when it becomes a problem, just like we do with every other organ in the body. Even though we don't necessarily need the appendix, we don't just go and remove the appendix in case it causes problems. No. If the appendix isn't causing you any problems, you leave it in. And then whenever it starts causing you problems down the road, then you can take it out or something. Same with literally every other part of the body. So it's just weird to me that removing part of an organ is seen as a cosmetic procedure that's good. I mean, if you needed any more convincing that religion is mental illness, I think this is a pretty good example. Because, I mean, think about if we were to advocate for the same for women. Let's trim the parts of the labia to glorify God. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? It's crazy. And what's so stupid in religion is the crazy becomes normal, and so they develop actual vocabulary for the insanity, which is circumcision. Like, they call it circumcision instead of calling it genital mutilation or cutting off part of an organ. That's what it is. But then when you put like a name over it that sounds complicated, it's like somehow it like justifies it. And it's the same thing with like spanking, Yeah, we spank our kids. No, you mean you beat your kids. You mean you physically abuse your kids. I guess it would be like a euphemism. Like you put this term over the top of this horrible action so that it somehow like further removes it from the horrible action you're doing. And that's how they justify it in their heads, is like, oh yeah, oh that's just circumcision. It's just what we do. Yeah, it's just what we do. No, that's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid and it's horrendous. And as soon as I can get the funds and the time, and if the law is ever on my side, I will be suing my parents and the hospital that did it to me, because it makes me so fucking mad. Because I mean, there are thousands of nerve endings in the foreskin that you're just getting rid of permanently. They don't come back. So you're ridding your child of any sexual enjoyment that they may have in the future, which, I mean, it's not entirely surprising that religion would advocate for this, considering how anti-sex they are, which again is so stupid because that's how we all got here. It's so fucking stupid that you like advocate so hard against sex when that is how we all got here. We're all only here because of sex. Oh my god, like it's literally like advocating against food. It's a more complicated version of advocating against food. That's what keeps us alive, right? Food. We need to have sex in order to keep our species alive, not just ourselves, but our species. Like, it's just such small brain thinking. But not only when you remove the foreskin do you get rid of all these nerve endings permanently, but now you're going to be inherently also desensitizing the head of the penis, because now that head of the penis is going to be rubbing against whatever clothing they have constantly. And so you're going to get used to that, and it's not going to be as sensitive anymore. Whereas normally, the head of the penis would be protected while you're, wearing your underwear and pants. So whenever it's rubbing against it, it's not going to, like, you're not going to notice it. And eventually, like, if you get circumcised, you won't notice your penis rubbing against your clothing. But it's a naturally sensitive part of your body. So you're going to be desensitizing it even more. And it's just, it's so stupid. I mean, it's so strange to me that people just justify it and they don't think anything of it. And it's just become like, over time, it just became normal. Like, it's an act of obedience to God. What does that even fucking mean? Like, they just have these blanket terms and like platitudes that they use to justify things that make no sense. It makes no sense. Oh, yeah, to glorify God. But didn't God knit me in my mother's womb with my foreskin, and now he wants me to remove the foreskin? That doesn't make any sense. He could have just made it so the foreskin would fall off if it really needed to come off, or that it just wouldn't come to be in the first place. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. No sense at all. And if God hates us having sex so much, then maybe he shouldn't have given us sexual desires, or maybe he should have found another way for us to procreate and continue our species, right? Maybe he should have made it like, I don't know, somehow like you eat Cheerios and then you have babies. Like something simple that, is not going to offend God so much. It's just so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. I just hate religion. It's so stupid. Like, these people can just get away with removing parts of their kids before the kids are even fully aware of it, and then just say that it's okay because of religion. Oh, it's just religion. And it's so weird to me that there's even such a thing as like religion-based hospitals, like Catholic hospitals. Like, it's just like that should have no part in any decisions being made by medical staff or anything. It should be solely based on what is provably true. And a big guy in the sky that's getting offended over foreskin, that is yet to be proven true. That is something that exists in people's head that need help. You need help if you believe that. It's not like it's just not healthy to be religious at all. But until you step outside of it, you kind of just don't know the difference. Like, you don't think anything of it. You're like, oh yeah, actually I'm the healthy one, and everyone like outside of my religion is sick. That's literally what Jesus taught. Like, the people that have yet to, I'm here to heal the sick, not only the physically sick, but mentally and emotionally sick people that have yet to acknowledge me as their savior. That's essentially what he's saying. And that's like the vibe of Christians. And it's just so wrong. It's so wrong. Yeah, it really pisses me off. Like, I can just imagine Christians saying, "Oh well, like some people have it worse. You might not have your foreskin, but some people they were born with birth defects, or they lost parts of their body in war, so you don't really have it that bad." Oh, so other people suffering pain justifies other people inflicting pain upon me? That doesn't make any sense. You might as well just go up. Well, why don't I go up to you and say, other people have suffered pain. You haven't suffered like physical pain, so we're just gonna cut the tips of your fingers off so that all your fingers are even length. Yeah. Why not do that? Why wouldn't that please God? Cut all of our fingers to be the same length as our thumb, so then that way we would please God. Like, do you hear how stupid that sounds? Like, obviously there's a reason for the lengths in our fingers to be that way. Otherwise, they wouldn't be that way. The same thing with foreskin and all the other organs in our body. You don't just remove things for religious reasons. Yeah, that's called make-believe. This is another example of, I don't know if the right word is a euphemism, but religion. You got religion, spanking, circumcision. Religion is just a euphemism for nonsense that has yet to be proven. But people choose to believe it anyways just because it makes them feel better and because a lot of other people believe the nonsense. Well, guess what? 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, all around the country, all around the world, believe in Santa Claus. It's a very popular belief. Does that make it right? No, they're all wrong, even though there's millions of them that believe this. So just because something is popular or even an old belief, that doesn't make it any more true. Santa Claus is an old belief. But it's complete, utter nonsense, Just like all religion is nonsense, unfortunately. What's more unfortunate is people use religion and then inflict it upon their innocent children. I mean, one day, hopefully, hundreds of years from now, people will look back on religion and be like, wow. Like, they're going to look at it the same way as we look at kids who believe in Santa Claus. Like, oh, they were just like, they didn't know any better, But like they were completely misled, and what they believed was utter nonsense. Like, you kind of feel bad for them, and that's how people are going to look on religious people of today. Yeah, it's just sad that it's so popular. Like, you should allow your kid to make decisions for their body, their sexual organs, on their own. Like, you don't have any say over their body. And I think you could even make a case that, like, teaching your kid religion, just things in general that have yet to be even proven true, like teaching your kid those things and inflicting it upon them is, I think, another form of abuse. I don't know if you'd call it emotional abuse or what, but I mean, being taught by my parents that, like, if I don't obey them, then I'm breaking the 5th commandment and, I'm going to burn in hell forever. That is a fucking horrible thing to teach your kid. Like, you're surprised when your kid grows up to dislike you or to become anxious or depressed or not confident. Yeah, you instilled fear of eternal fire and brimstone into them from a very young age. And that's how it was for me. And I absolutely hate my parents for it, as I should. Like, it's just crazy that this is normal. And it's so sad to me. It's just so sad. Like, I think it really is. I think it's a sickness. It's got to be a sickness of some sort where people are just not willing to cope with the fact that they don't understand or they don't know something. So they have to bring in this make-believe to explain it for them. And then they let this make-believe justify a whole array of other nonsensical actions that they take, like spanking and circumcision. Oh my God. That's all for now.